Books and Their Authors, a Smithco original fiction podcast. Episode 1. Lies and More Lies. Hello and welcome back to Books and Their Authors. Recently, George, you came out with a new book called Lies and More Lies. So what exactly is that book about?
Well, that book, it's all about all the lies I told during my run, my campaign, my political campaigns, over the past 30 years. The early part of the book, there's a lot fewer lies at the early part, because at that time, I actually thought, honesty was the best policy and only really lie when you need to. But of course, then I became a lord and I realized, that was completely pointless and just lie all the time. They can't catch you. So basically, it's an interesting monologue because it shows all the lies I've told throughout the political campaign. I remember my favourite one was that time that I said that the Americans were using the English Channel to test nuclear weapons. That was after my favourite American sitcom got cancelled. That was a shame. I was very angry then, and I suppose you could say I caused a bit of a problem then because, the people were like, what the hell? No, we don't want that. And the Americans were going, it's a channel. I mean, we've got much better testing places. So of course, I was still actually angry. So I said, no, they're covering it up. That's actually because they're also using big golf courses all around the country. I think those kind of lies were a bit stupid. I agree. I look back on them now and I think, they just weren't really convincing enough, and I didn't think them true enough. But I think that mainly, they were a bit foolish.
Yes. So, if we look at the book, so can we we've got someone to read an extract. Unfortunately, they don't sound like you, but So, will we play the tape?
Go ahead.
Yesterday, I informed all my fellow lords that the expenditure on education had risen to 29 billion every single month, and they appeared to believe me. Soon they were all crying for the reduction in healthcare spending, and I managed to finally tell that foolish teacher who was educating my niece that she would be getting a pay cut. So there is an extract. That's an example of your lies, and I think that it may not be the best example, but I hope you're excited to purchase. I hope people are excited to purchase your book. So how much is it going for?
Well, it's going for the low price of £29 on Amazon.
£29.
Yes, very low.
Right, yeah, very, very low. Well, thank you everyone for listening in to the podcast today. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed the politician George here, and I hope you enjoyed his book. Thank you for listening. Books and Their Authors is a Smithco original podcast brought to you by Smithco and published by Smithco onto the Smithco original YouTube channel. Copyright 2021. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Books and Their Authors.